All right, with all the mayhem in the Middle East, families of the fallen were shocked last week to hear the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff downplay the significance of us losing Ramadi to ISIS. Apparently, it's no big deal. It was just symbolic.
I can't think of anything that was more painful and insensitive than those comments that he made, and that is just appalling. For me, we have sacrificed greatly over there. We have men and women who have been blown to smithereens over there, left body parts there. My son's blood is on that soil. And to say it's not symbolic, it's just unconscionable to me that that happens.
Here to react, Arizona Senator John McCain, who knows what it took to get Ramadi back. Son actually fights in these wars, too. Senator, your reaction to the chairman?
It's you know, he never fails to surprise me with his insensitivity and sort of willingness to knee-jerk whatever way he can to support the moral bankruptcy of this failed foreign policy of Barack Obama. Brian, we lost hundreds of American soldiers and Marines killed and wounded. Ramadi is the capital of Anbar province. 190,000 refugees now, according to news reports, of people driven from their homes, not to mention the rest of the slaughter. And this chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff dismisses it not only as not symbolic, but only symbolic, but not part of the caliphate. Not part of the caliphate? Who declared it as part of the caliphate? It's an insult to the men and women who served there, and certainly the families of those who suffered and died there.
Well, Senator, should he go to the point where he should clarify his statement today? That's what she's asking for, and that's what a lot of other people are asking for. Should he go back and do that?
Well, I think it'd be helpful, but of course, when he holds a press conference, the first one, by the way, with the new Secretary of Defense, it gets worldwide coverage. Basically, also, the message to ISIS, we don't care. Go ahead and take the capital of Anbar province, the heartland of the Sunnis, who they absolutely need if they're going to beat back ISIS.
Right.
And that's the message they're sending to the Sunnis, that it doesn't matter. I mean, it is so angering. It is so frustrating.
Right.
And the men and women who are serving now are reflecting that. I'll be honest with you. I'm hearing from men and women in the military who do not believe in this leadership anymore.
I got to move on to something else. So about 20 candidates, literally in New Hampshire, all talking foreign policy and about what they do to ISIS. One that was critical of guys like you, he says there's a group of folks in our party, is Senator Rand Paul, who would have us in 6 different countries right now, maybe more. And he was very critical of the fact that you'd be doing that, and that's not in America's interest. What's your reaction to Senator Paul?
Well, he just doesn't understand. He has displayed this kind of naivete since he came to the Senate. He wanted to cut all our defense spending, wanted to cut our support for the state of Israel. He's sort of changing now as he's seeing ISIS succeed and the foreign policy. He's more aligned with Barack Obama's national security policy than certainly any Republican that I know.
And he says also, what are we doing in Libya? What the hell are we doing in Libya, to quote him exactly? What's your answer to that?
My answer is that Gaddafi was defeated and we walked away. Brian, if after World War II, after we had defeated Nazi Germany, the United States and our allies had walked away from Europe, Europe would not be what it is today. We've told them what they had to do: secure the border, suppress these militias, free open society, do the things you need to do when you need to rebuild a country. Instead, Barack Obama walked away, and we predicted the consequences of it, just as we predicted the consequences of when he failed to leave any residual force behind in Iraq, just as we predicted what would happen in Syria when he refused the advice of his national security team to arm the Free Syrian Army. And we're about to see the same movie in Afghanistan if he continues to pull everybody out of Afghanistan.
It's going to be a big week on Capitol Hill, and people look to you to find out where we're heading. Senator, thanks so much for starting your week with us.
Thank you, Brian.